Hi, my loves. The New Year's has come. Well, at least when this video goes out. It's only 1 or 2 days away. And I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Lots of blessings, lots of love. And I am very thankful that we were able to meet each other this year. And I can't wait for all the beautiful things that are to come next year. And with that, I want to read you another chapter of our book called Don't Worry by Shunmyo Masuno. And in this one, I want to wish y'all a calmer year. I want y'all to achieve your goals and everything that you ever wished for. But I want you to achieve them without any sort of panic. Just going with the flow, and we will get there. Don't worry about it. So I'm hoping that this chapter that I read you can help you relax and think about all your goals and get there without rushing or panicking. This is chapter 10 called Don't Rush, Don't Panic. Once a day, make sure to stand still. All my life, I just kept running towards my goals. When you hear successful people say things like this, it's easy to be impressed, and at the same time, you might think to yourself, well, my life seems to be at a standstill. I must just be giving in to laziness. There are certainly people who run all out without stopping, and their lives appear full and dazzling for it. However, not everyone is capable of that. Take a staircase, for instance. There are people who climb several flights in one go, while others take frequent rest on the landing as they ascend. Once they have caught their breath, they are able to keep up their pace with renewed vigor. It may be that this approach, while different from doing it in one go, has its advantages. There is something similar in Zen. We say, for every 7 times you run, you should sit once. There's nothing wrong per se with racing through life, but in Zen thought, being still is not a bad thing. On the contrary, Zen teaches that it is extremely important. Stillness allows us to reflect on ourselves, to examine how we've been doing. To those who might say, there's no need for reflection, I have no doubts about how I lead my life. Well, that may or may not be the case. Others may wonder, once I stop moving, won't starting up again be difficult? But nothing to fear. Just try being still and see for yourself. I believe it's particularly helpful to pause when you stumble or fail. There is always a cause for stumbles and failures, and it's important to identify what the cause is. Pause in order to understand that is to say, it's an opportunity for reflection. When we experience failure, to examine how or why we failed. If you move on without investigating the cause, you leave behind your stumbles and failures, and someday this will have an effect. Far off in the future, you will be reminded of the things you left behind, and you will have to go back to retrieve them. In other words, you will continue to make the same mistakes. Konosuke Matsushita, the founder of Panasonic, Japan's largest consumer electronics company, once said, people who are open-minded enough to honestly acknowledge the cause of their failure, to say, this is what a good experience. I learned a valuable lesson. are the ones who will advance and improve themselves. To turn stumbles and failures into positive experiences and learn lessons from them, it's necessary to bring to light their causes. There are things that ought to be done here and now, and in order to address them, it is important to pause. Even the titan of industry has the humility to acknowledge this. Of course, it's worthwhile, not only when you stumble or fail, to pause and consider at your own pace, is this right? It's an idea, practice the pause, that comes from classical Chinese text. The concept is that at least once each day, it's important to pause and reflect on ourselves. While we watch as our friends and colleagues race ahead of us, it may be unnerving to stand still. But both Zen and the Chinese classics assure us that everything will be fine. We can pause without worry. I urge you to think about all sorts of things, not just how to get where you want to go in life. And that's the end of chapter 10. Hopefully, you are able to learn a little something and learn to relax, stand still for a second, acknowledge what's going on around us. It might be difficult, but I hope that you can take this lesson into the new year and that it brings a lot of fruition into your life. It will make me so happy to hear about it. I love you very much, and please let me know what you think. I'll be waiting for your comments. Bye bye.